Welcome back to another episode of Valuable Coins, where we dive deep into the world of numismatics, uncovering the most valuable and unique coins in the market today. If you're a coin enthusiast, collector, or simply interested in the incredible value of rare coins, you're in the right place. In today's video, we will explore two of the most fascinating and expensive United States coins currently circulating the auction market. First up, where we dive deep into the stories, secrets, and values of America's most iconic coins. In today's video, we're focusing on a true classic, the 1937 Lincoln Wheat Penny with a D mint mark. Specifically, in dirty condition. How much is it worth? Does condition really matter? Let's uncover the answers together. The year 1937 was a pivotal time in American history. Still feeling the effects of the Great Depression, people held on to every coin they had. That year, the Denver Mint produced over 50 million Lincoln Wheat Pennies. While not the rarest of the series, the 1937 D still holds collector interest, especially as part of a full wheat penny set. The D mint mark, located beneath the date, indicates that this coin was struck in Denver. Mint marks play a major role in a coin's origin, history, and sometimes even its value. Now, let's talk about dirty condition. A coin in dirty condition doesn't necessarily mean it's damaged, but it does show significant surface contamination. This can include dirt, grime, corrosion, or years of improper storage. It's important to note, dirt does not improve a coin's value, and cleaning it incorrectly can actually reduce its worth even more in the world of coin collecting. Cleanliness and surface quality are part of the overall grade. A 1937 D penny, in dirty condition, typically falls below good grade and is often considered a cull or low-grade circulated coin. These coins aren't highly sought after unless they have a rare variety or error. So, what is the value of a 1937D Lincoln Wheat Penny in dirty condition today? As of, its typical market value ranges from $24,000. Most dealers pay closer to face value for dirty or environmentally damaged coins, unless they are part of a bulk lot or have a collectible error. Here's a pro tip: never clean your coins, especially old copper coins like wheat pennies. Cleaning can scratch the surface, strip the original patina, and lower the coin's grade and value permanently if you want to preserve even a dirty coin. It's best to store it properly in a dry, cool place using coin flips or holders. Always handle it by the edges to avoid skin oils damaging the surface further. Even in dirty condition, the 1937D Wheat Penny holds educational and historical value. It's a great coin for beginners who are just learning about mint marks, design details, and how condition affects value. So there you have it, the 1937D Abraham Lincoln Wheat Penny in dirty condition. It might not be the rarest or the most valuable coin out there, but it's a piece of American history that deserves to be appreciated. And for collectors, every coin, even the dirty ones, tells a unique story. Next up, U.S. history, or just curious about what your change might be worth, you're in the right place. Today, we're going to explore the 1985 Washington quarter dollar with the P mint mark, found in very fine condition. We'll talk about its history, design, metal content, and its current market value in auctions and collector circles. So, let's jump right in. The year was 1985. Ronald Reagan was in the White House. Compact discs were revolutionizing music, and millions of Americans carried coins like the Washington quarter in their pockets every day. But did you know that one of those everyday coins, the 1985 quarter from the Philadelphia Mint, could still hold value today? The P mint mark stands for the Philadelphia Mint, which has been producing U.S. coinage since the 1700s. By 1985, it was churning out hundreds of millions of quarters, including the very one we're discussing today. The absence of a mint mark used to indicate Philadelphia, but since 1980, the P has been stamped on all Philadelphia minted quarters. On the obverse side of the coin, we'll see the proud image of George Washington facing left. This portrait was designed by sculptor John Flanagan and has been used on the quarter since 1932. The words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust" appear above and to the side of Washington, while the date 1985 rests at the bottom, just above the unmistakable P mint mark. The reverse features the classic heraldic eagle with outstretched wings, perched on a bundle of arrows and framed by olive branches below, representing both military readiness and peace. This design remained unchanged until the launch of the State Quarters program in 1999. Now, here's a crucial detail. The 1985 Washington quarter is not a silver coin. While quarters minted before 1965 contained 90% silver, the 1985 version is made of copper-nickel clad with a pure copper core and nickel outer layers. It has no intrinsic silver value, but it can still have collector value, especially in better condition. A coin in very fine condition, also known as VF, shows moderate wear. On the obverse, Washington's facial features and hair may be slightly worn, but all major design elements are still clearly visible. The reverse eagle will still show detail in the wings and body, though with some flattening dots. So what's it worth? A 1985 Washington quarter with P mint mark in very fine condition typically sells for about 30 cents to $1 in the current collector market. In online auctions like eBay or collector marketplaces, you may even see higher prices if the coin has good eye appeal or toning. Now, if you happen to have this same coin in extra fine or mint state condition, value can rise to $200 to $350 or more, especially if it's been professionally graded by PCGS or NGC and retains its original mint luster. There aren't many major known errors for the 1985 P quarter, but minor strike errors, die breaks, or off-center strikes can increase its value significantly, sometimes even into the double digits or higher if certified to preserve your coins. Value: avoid handling it with bare hands and store it in a coin flip holder or a protective album. Also, resist the urge to clean it even if it looks dull or dirty. Cleaning can seriously reduce its value even if your 1985 P quarter isn't rare. It's still a part of American numismatic history. For beginner collectors, it's a great piece to help build a complete set of Washington quarters and learn how to grade, catalog, and appreciate coins. And there you have it, the full story of the 1985 Washington quarter dollar with the P mint mark in very fine condition. It may not be made of silver, but it holds historical, collectible, and educational value that goes far beyond its face value. Next up, the 1947 Abraham Lincoln Wheat Penny without a mint mark, specifically in good condition. We'll explore its history, what to look for, and how much this coin is worth in today's collector market. Let's get started. The year was 1947. America was booming after World War II, and millions of coins were being struck to meet the growing economy's needs. That year, the Philadelphia Mint, which didn't use a mint mark, produced over 190 million Lincoln Wheat Pennies. That's a lot of pennies in circulation. The 1947 Lincoln penny features the familiar image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, or front side. If you take a close look, you'll notice there's no mint mark beneath the date. That's because it was minted in Philadelphia, which typically did not use a mint mark at the time. On the reverse side, you'll see the classic wheat design, officially known as the wheat ears reverse, with the inscriptions 1 cent and United States of America, along with the phrase E pluribus unum. This design was used from 1909 to 1958 and is one of the most beloved by collectors now. Let's talk about condition. A coin in good condition, also known as G-grade, shows heavy circulation wear. Lincoln's details may be smooth or flattened, especially around the jawline and hair. On the reverse, the wheat stalks are usually worn down, but the major features and lettering remain visible, while it's not the highest grade good condition. Coins are still collectible, especially when building a complete set of Lincoln Wheat Pennies. The value increases with better condition. But even lower grade coins carry historical value. So what is a 1947 Lincoln Wheat Penny without a mint mark in good condition worth today? As of this coin typically sells for about $35,000, depending on appearance and demand. In bulk lots or coin rolls, it may be closer to the lower end. It's not a rare coin, but it's a great starter for beginner collectors. Quick but important reminder, don't clean your coins. Cleaning may seem like a good idea, but it actually reduces their collector value. Natural wear and toning are expected and even appreciated by many collectors. The 1947 penny is a perfect example of an affordable, historical coin that fits nicely into any collection. Whether you're building a set of wheat pennies from every year or just getting started with coin collecting, this coin is a great addition. Next up, we're diving into the story and value of the 1988 Washington quarter dollar with P mint mark, found in fine condition. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just curious about your coin stash, this video will give you all the insights you need about this classic piece. The year was 1988, a vibrant time in American history. While Washington quarters have been a staple of U.S. coinage since 1932, by the late 1980s, millions of these coins were circulating in everyday commerce. Minted primarily at the Philadelphia and Denver mints, the P mint mark on this quarter indicates it was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, one of the country's primary coin producers. Since 1980, Philadelphia minted quarters have carried the P mint mark, which helps collectors identify their origin. On the obverse, you'll find the iconic portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan, which has graced the quarter since 1932. The date, 1988, and the P mint mark are clearly visible, helping us pinpoint the coin's year and place of origin. The reverse side showcases the traditional bald eagle with outstretched wings perched on a bundle of arrows, with olive branches beneath a design symbolizing peace and strength that has been used since the quarter's inception. It's important to clarify that the 1988 Washington quarter is not made of silver. Unlike quarters minted before 1965, which were composed of 90% silver, coins from 1965 onward, including this 1988 quarter, are made of a copper-nickel clad composition. So while it's a beautiful coin with rich history, it doesn't contain silver content. Now, what does fine condition mean on the Sheldon coin grading scale? A coin graded fine F12 to F15 shows moderate wear. The main details on George Washington's face and hair are visible but worn, and the eagle on the reverse shows wear, but all major features are intact regarding value. A 1988 Washington quarter with P mint mark in fine condition generally sells for about 25 to 50 cents in today's auction market. Since these quarters are common and have no silver content, their value is mostly face value or slightly above course. Quarters in higher grades like extremely fine F or mint state MS can fetch higher prices, anywhere from $1 to $5 or more, especially if they have excellent eye appeal and are certified by professional grading services. To keep your 1988 quarter in the best possible condition, store it in a protective holder such as a coin flip, capsule, or album. Proper storage prevents further wear and preserves its current value. For beginners, collecting quarters like this is a great way to learn about American coins and build a meaningful collection without breaking the bank. And that's the story of the 1988 Washington quarter with P mint mark in fine condition. While it might not be a rare or silver coin, it's a wonderful piece of American history that can add value and interest to any collection. Next up, we're taking a closer look at one of the most recognized coins in American numismatic history. The 1944 Abraham Lincoln Wheat Penny with a D mint mark, specifically in fine condition. We'll talk about the coin's background, key features, And most importantly, how much it's worth in today's collector market. The year was 1944. The world was still at war. America's economy and industries were focused on World War II efforts, but coin production continued at full speed. That year, the U.S. Mint produced billions of Lincoln Wheat Pennies to meet high demand, and the Denver Mint alone struck over 430 million pennies with the D Mint mark. The D Mint mark just below the date tells us this coin was minted in Denver, Colorado. This mint was known for producing large quantities of coins during wartime, and the 1944D penny is one of the most common wheat cents from that era. On the front, or obverse, you'll find the portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor D. Brenner. On the reverse, the famous wheat ears flank the words 1 cent and United States of America, hence the name Wheat Penny. This design ran from 1909 to 1958 and remains one of the most popular coin designs among collectors. Now, let's talk condition. A coin graded as fine F1 to F15 shows moderate wear. The details in Lincoln's hair and coat are worn but visible. On the reverse, the wheat stalks will show some flattening, but most lettering and design features are intact. So, what's the value of a 1944D Lincoln Wheat Penny in fine condition as of 2025? These coins are typically valued between 25 cents and $0.75, depending on the overall eye appeal, tone, and demand. While they aren't rare, their historic significance and popularity among collectors make them worth holding onto. Keep in mind, uncirculated or mint state examples of this coin can be worth $5 to $20 or more. But in fine circulated condition, it still holds collectible value, especially for those assembling a full wheat penny set. The 1974 Washington quarter dollar without a mint mark, found in good condition. Whether you're an experienced collector or just starting out, this coin has a story to tell and a value that might surprise you. So, let's get started. The year was 1974. The United States was transitioning through a decade of social change and economic shifts. While coins like the Washington quarter had been circulating for decades, this particular year's quarter holds a unique place in numismatic history. On the front, or obverse, of the coin, you'll find the classic portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. The date 1974 is prominently displayed, and importantly, there is no mint mark. This means the coin was minted at the Philadelphia Mint. The reverse side features the iconic bald eagle with outstretched wings, perched on a bundle of arrows framed by olive branches. This design has been a symbol of strength and freedom since its introduction in 1932. Now, it's an important note for collectors, unlike quarters minted before. 1965, 1974 Washington quarters are not made of silver. All quarters minted from 1965 onward are composed of cupra nickel clad, meaning a core of pure copper clad by layers of nickel. So, unfortunately, the 1974 quarter does not contain silver in terms of condition. A good grade means the coin shows significant wear, but the major details are still visible. George Washington's profile, the date, and the eagle on the reverse can be clearly identified even if some fine details are worn down. So what about value? Since the 1974 Washington quarter contains no silver and is a common year, its value in good condition is generally close to face value, about $20,000 in everyday transactions. However, some rare error coins or special proof sets from 1974 can be worth more, sometimes ranging from a few dollars to upwards of $20 or more, depending on rarity and collector interest. If you own a 1974 quarter, even in good condition, be sure to store it properly in a coin flip or album to protect it from further wear and preserve its current state. For those just starting their coin collection, the 1974 Washington quarter is an accessible piece that helps build an understanding of American coinage through the decades. That wraps up our look at the 1974 Washington quarter dollar without mint. Mark in good condition. While it may not be a high-value coin, it represents a moment in America's rich coinage history and can be a valuable addition to any collection. Next up, we're taking a closer look at the 1935 Abraham Lincoln Wheat Penny without a mint mark, specifically in very fine condition. We'll talk about its history, condition, key features, and what it's worth in today's market. Let's jump right in. The year 1935 was deep into the Great Depression, a time when even a single penny had real buying power. During this period, the Philadelphia Mint produced over 245 million Lincoln Wheat Pennies. These coins were struck without a mint mark, which was standard for Philadelphia minted coins. On the obverse of the coin, we see the iconic bust of President Abraham Lincoln. Designed by Victor D. Brenner, this design was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate Lincoln's 100th birthday. And it became the first U.S. coin to feature a real person. On the reverse, we have the classic wheat ears design with two sheaves of wheat bordering the words 1 cent and United States of America. The Latin phrase e pluribus unum, meaning out of many, one arches above. This design remained in use until 1958 and is beloved by collectors around the world. Now let's talk about condition. A coin graded as very fine, also known as VF grade, still shows considerable detail. You'll see strong features in Lincoln's hair and coat, and the reverse design, including wheat lines, is clear and well-defined. Yes, there's noticeable wear, but the coin still holds strong detail and eye appeal. So, what's a 1935 Lincoln Wheat Penny without a mint mark in very fine condition worth in today's market? The value of this coin typically ranges from $100 to $300, depending on its overall appearance, tone, and buyer demand. Coins with extra appeal or sharp details may sell for a bit more, especially if included in collector albums or lot sale, though this coin isn't considered rare. It's still very collectible, especially as part of a full Lincoln Wheat Penny set. If you have one with especially strong features or unique toning, it might be worth getting it graded by a reputable service like PCG's or UNGC. And here's an important tip: don't clean your coins. Cleaning removes the natural patina that collectors value and can dramatically reduce the coin's worth. Even if your coin looks dirty, it's better left in its original state. The 1935 Wheat Penny is a great find, especially in very fine condition. It's an excellent piece for beginner collectors or anyone looking to complete a full Lincoln cent collection. Even though it's not worth hundreds of dollars, it's still a meaningful part of numismatic history. Next up, we're examining a well-known piece of U.S. coinage, the 1994 Washington quarter dollar with the D mint mark. Found in extra fine condition. What's the story behind this coin, and what is it really worth in today's auction market? Let's dive in. The year was 1994. The internet was taking off. The economy was strong, and the U.S. Mint continued its regular coin production, including one of the most recognized coins in American currency, the Washington quarter. This specific quarter was struck at the Denver Mint, as indicated by the small d mint mark just beside the date on the obverse. In 1994, the Denver Mint produced over 880 million Washington quarters, making it a high mintage year, but condition, eye appeal, and errors can still make certain pieces more valuable. On the front or obverse of the coin, you'll see the portrait of George Washington, a design by John Flanagan. First introduced in 1932, Washington faces left. The word liberty appears above, and in God we trust rests to the left. To the right, you'll spot the date 1994 and the D mint mark, confirming its origin. Flipping the coin, the reverse displays a classic American symbol, the bald eagle with outstretched wings perched on a bundle of arrows with olive branches below. This reverse design remained in use until the state quarters were introduced in 1999. Now here's something important for new collectors. Despite how shiny or bright your coin may appear, the 1994 quarter is not silver. Quarters minted after 1964 are made from a copper-nickel clad composition, not from 90% silver. So while it may look special, it has no silver melt value. Let's talk about grade. A coin in extra fine XF condition shows light wear on the highest points, but the details are still strong. Washington's hair and facial features are well defined, and the eagle's feathers on the reverse are still visible with only minor flattening. So what's it worth? In today's auction market, a 1994D Washington quarter in extra fine XF condition typically sells for around 50 cents to $1. While that might not sound like much, it's well above face value, especially for circulated modern coins now. Your 1994D quarter is in about uncirculated O or mint state MS condition, particularly with strong luster and no scratches. Its value can increase to $200 to $500, and sometimes more for certified coins with grades like MS65 or higher. Also, keep an eye out for error coins. While no major varieties are known for the 1994D quarter, any striking errors, such as off-center strikes, die cracks, or clipped planchettes, could significantly boost its value at auction. To preserve your coin's condition, be sure to store it in a coin flip, airtight holder, or archival quality album. Avoid cleaning it. Collectors value natural aging and patina much more than a shiny surface that's been altered. The 1994D quarter is a great piece for those building a full set of Washington quarters, especially in higher grades. It bridges the gap between the classic eagle reverse and the new state quarter designs that began just 5 years later in 1999. And there you have it, the full story of the 1994 Washington quarter dollar with the D mint mark in extra fine condition. It may not be a silver coin, but it carries history, value, and beauty, making it a worthy addition to any coin collection. Next up in today's video, we're diving into the story of a humble yet historic coin, the 1948 Abraham Lincoln Wheat Penny without a mint mark. Specifically in fine condition. What is it worth today? Why is it still collected? And what should you look for? Let's take a closer look and uncover the value of this classic piece of American coinage. 1948 was a year of post-war growth in the United States. After World War II, the economy was expanding, and so was the need for coinage. That year, the Philadelphia Mint, which does not use a mint mark, struck over 318 million Lincoln Wheat Pennies. These coins were intended for heavy use, so millions circulated for decades. On the front of the coin, or the obverse, we see the familiar profile of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor D. Brenner. This portrait has been on the penny since 1909 and was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person. The date 1948 appears just to the right of Lincoln's shoulder and below the date. You'll notice there's no mint mark. That's your sign it was minted in Philadelphia. On the back of the coin, or the reverse, we see the wheat ears design, a hallmark of the Lincoln cent series from 1909 to 1958. Between the wheat stalks are the bold words, 1 cent and United States of America, with the Latin phrase e pluribus unum arched at the top. Let's talk about condition. A 1948 Lincoln Wheat Penny in fine condition, or F grade, will show moderate wear. Lincoln's face, jawline, and hair details are visible, though softened. The reverse wheat stalks are clearly outlined, though much of the finer lines will be worn. The legends and date remain readable. So, what's the value of a 1948 no mint mark Lincoln Wheat Penny in fine condition today? As of, these coins typically sell for around $10,000. While they are not rare, they're part of a beloved and historic coin series that many collectors seek to complete. Uncirculated or higher grade versions of this same coin can be worth $20 to $50 or more, especially if they have strong eye appeal or unique toning. But even a fine condition coin like this one has collectible value, particularly for hobbyists building a circulated wheat penny set. A word of caution: never clean your old coins, even if they look dull or dirty. Cleaning can scratch the surface, strip away original metal layers, and drastically lower the coin's value. Natural aging is expected and even appreciated by experienced collectors. If you want to keep your 1948 wheat penny in good shape, store it in a cardboard flip, coin album, or plastic sleeve. This prevents further wear and keeps it safe from moisture, dust, and handling damage. The 1948 wheat penny is a fantastic entry-level coin for new collectors. It's easy to find, budget-friendly, and full of history. Collecting circulated coins like these is a great way to learn about grading, mints, and American history, all from the palm of your hand. And there you have it, the 1948 Lincoln Wheat Penny without a mint mark, in fine condition. It might not make you rich, but it's a beautiful piece of U.S. history that still holds value and interest in today's coin collecting world. Next up, the 1991 Washington quarter dollar with D-mint mark, specifically in dirty or heavily circulated condition. Is it silver? Is it rare? And how much is it worth today? Let's find out together. The year was 1991. Grunge music was rising. The internet was still in its infancy, and everyday transactions were still powered by cash and coins. The Washington quarter was one of the most widely used coins in American commerce, and the version minted in Denver that year is still commonly found today. This particular quarter bears the D-mint mark, meaning it was produced at the Denver Mint. The U.S. Mint struck over 630 million Washington quarters in Denver alone in 1991, making it a high mintage year. But don't let that discourage you. Some examples still hold value. Let's look at the design. The obverse, or front, of the coin features the familiar bust of George Washington, facing left. Designed by John Flanagan, this portrait has been in use since 1932. Below Washington's neck is the date, 1991, and right beside it, the D-mint mark. The reverse displays a proud bald eagle, wings spread, perched on a bundle of arrows, symbolizing strength, with olive branches below to represent peace. This iconic design stayed in use until 1998. Before the launch of the state quarters program, one of the most common questions is the 1991 quarter made of silver? The answer is no. While quarters minted before 1965 were composed of 90% silver, those minted from 1965 onward, including this 1991 made of copper nickel clad. That means there's no silver content in this coin. And what about coins in dirty condition? Dirt, discoloration, or toning is common in older circulated coins. While it may be tempting to clean it, don't do it. Cleaning can scratch the surface and reduce its collectible value. Coin collectors prefer original, untouched patina, even if it looks a little worn. Coins in dirty or heavily circulated condition often fall between good G and fine F grades. While the main design features are still visible, a lot of detail is worn down. This affects the coin's desirability to collectors and ultimately its market value. So let's talk value. As of 2025, a 1991 D Washington quarter in dirty or well-circulated condition is generally worth face value about 25 cents. In some online auctions, it might sell for up to 30 cents to 50 cents. But that usually depends on eye appeal or inclusion. In bulk coin lots. Now, if you had this same coin in extremely fine XF or mint state MS condition, this could fetch $100 to $200 or more, especially if professionally graded. Some pristine examples, graded MS65 or higher, have sold for $100 to $250 at auction. What could make your 1991 D quarter more valuable? Mint errors. Keep an eye out for things like off-center strikes, die cracks, or double dies. These rare mistakes can dramatically increase a coin's value, sometimes into the double or triple digits depending on rarity and condition, even if your 1991 D quarter isn't worth a fortune. It's still a great addition to a Washington quarter collection. To preserve it, store it in a coin flip, cardboard holder, or archival quality album. And always handle coins by the edges to avoid damaging the surface. For beginner collectors, 1991D is an easy and affordable coin to collect, especially as part of a full Washington quarter set from 1932 to 1998. It's a fun way to learn about loose mint history, and who knows, maybe even spot a rare variety along the way. And that's the story of the 1991 Washington quarter with the D. Mint mark in dirty condition. It may not be rare or silver, but it still tells a piece of American history, and every coin has its own journey. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap the notification bell for more coin reviews, values, and collector tips.